Hello and welcome to another Eoldi Battle Reps Moonstone hobby video. This is quite a personally exciting one for me because I have finished today being the 21st of October 2023, I have finished painting every single Moonstone model that has ever been made. I own one of every single model, all the limited edition sculpts as well, and they're all here. Just going to do a quick scan to see just how many there are. We've got gnomes, Commonwealth humans, giants at the back, fairies, goblins in the middle, going over to Dominion humans and pirates, got my big Jada at the back, and then Lesher Vault I kind of just put in one big lump because I didn't think about putting them all together, but you can see they're all there when I've got Voth and Homunculus this side. So I will take the camera off the stand at some point and show you closer up, but I just wanted to share this so you can kind of see, to be honest, you just kind of see the hard work I've put in. It's been quite a task. There's a lot of models here. I should actually count them, how many I've actually painted, and I think probably almost half of the models on this table I've painted this year. I made myself, I don't normally do New Year's resolutions, but I did one this year to finish painting all my Moonstone models. I was getting a bit fed up of wanting to record a video with Moonstone but not wanting to use unpainted models, and therefore ending up being limited in the choices of models I could take. So I just thought to myself, right, paint all of your models. And I was just having a quick scan when I first started, when I got this set up, thinking about the ones I think I painted this year. I'm going to turn it around to here. This year, I'm pretty sure, if I get this right, this year I've painted Liv, Bjorn, Olim, Gnomish Airship. I think I finished painting my limited edition Fancy Art, which is probably the rarest Moonstone model in existence. I think I did Old Calder's Poppycock. I think I did him this year. Pretty sure I did Tabby this year. I think I'd already done the Fairy Hunter. Drunk Fritz was this year. Hogwash was definitely this year. I had to come round again a bit more to the middle. Pretty sure Vesper was this year. Foxglove was definitely this year. Both of my, I can't remember my name now, damn it. Both of these two fairies, that one, and the limited edition one, I can't remember my name now. They were both definitely this year. Pretty sure I finished off El Capitano this year. The Mortician definitely. This Goblin King, I think is one of the last, the limited edition Goblin King was one of the last. I painted both the airships as well this year. Keep going round. All the newest goblins, so Tax Collector, Joby, Portly Pete were all this year. The pirates, all the pirates, I'm pretty sure, all the human pirates were this year. Limited edition, well not limited edition, sorry, not limited edition, my large scale Jada. Dominion humans, definitely this year. Loads of the gnomes, Gloom was this year. Can't remember what the troll's called. Troll, my Jada up on her branch this year. And round to the Lesher Vault, definitely my limited edition Jackalope was this year. I can't remember the new one's names now. This one, these, the tree ones, Snag, I want to say Gump. Ooh, I can't remember the names now. I got a real mind blank with names. They were all this year because they were really new. But I also painted most of the fawns were this year. Mr. Toodles was definitely this year. God, why is it weird today with names? But most of the fawns this year. Limited edition one this year. My new Eric, that was definitely one. And Voth and Homunculus. And I think I finished off even like this little dude was this year as well. So I kind of, because some of the models, my older ones, are ones I'd spent a really long time painting. So I spent a long time painting my Diana when I had her. He's one of the first ones. Spent quite a long time on Kaufman, you can just see in the corner. And then I realised I was never going to get them all, and my Fritz, you can't quite see there. Spent a long time on him. And then this year I suddenly realised I need to just get these painted. I could touch them up later, but I decided to kind of give myself a plan of how to get all the models painted, and this might help some of you who've got large collections you're not getting painted, particularly if it's model like this where it's individual. If you're doing, you know, big armies, you can batch paint, but you can't really batch paint Moonstone because every model's different. And the way I've done it is I've kind of stuck with quite basic colour schemes with single colours, often single layer of paints. But then on every single model, or certainly the ones I painted this year, and I'll show some examples in a moment before I then take the camera off the stand and pan around the whole lot. What I've done is I've tried to pick out some kind of individual detail, some kind of specific part of the model I'm going to paint better. So put a lot more effort into something to accent one part of it, so that your eye is drawn to one part of the model. So a couple of examples, for example, Mr. Toodles is a good one. I decided to make him a gay pride fawn. Oh, it's not focusing, can't focus. Focus. Why aren't you focusing? Can I get to focus? Wait. Nope, still not focusing. Let me go further away. There we go. So, my point with him was that I've done the rainbow on his belly, and I've also given him eyeliner. And I kind of did a bit of a test after I painted this guy, and when I've done gloom as well. So I did some quite basic object source lighting on gloom as well, and the rest of his body is all very dark colours. I kind of did a bit of experiment. Then when I painted these two, and Jack came round for a game, I said, "Oh, I painted some models." I showed him to him, and the first thing he said was, "Oh, I love the rainbow. I love the light," and it kind of worked. That those were the things that he picked out because they were things I wanted him to notice. I wanted anyone who's seeing these models on the videos or when they're coming to play that they see these particular details I picked out. So Liv is another one. So I spent extra time on her like headdress to make it look bright and colourful. Let me pick out some other ones. Let me think. Yeah, it's cold now. I can't remember the names. What's wrong with me? Spent time on the blue, the light of the sort of spell in the middle. Did more highlights and things on the face. So that's a bit you pick out on that one. With this one, so I spent time on the hair, did the blood on her hand and down her face and things, make it look really gruesome. And again, that's sort of quite well picked out. But at the same time, the dress is basically red with a black wash and then a bit of orange, and that's it. And the skin is pretty much just a skin tone with a wash, and that's it. So really basic. And like the trees, for example, snag. Basically painted the whole model the same brown, apart from the little dude hanging off the back. Washed it brown. Did a couple of grey bits and then just dry brushed some of it essentially, and it looks quite cool. And from a distance, certainly it looks alright, but didn't take very long. And same with this one. I can't remember the name again. I spent extra time on the fur for the sort of fox half of her, but her hair is just brown with a dark brown with a brown wash, and I've done white flowers in it. So she's quite simple but effective. I'm not going to win competitions with them, but I have got them all painted. So it's quite important to me really to have them all done. And I've put this little dude, Vicious Sid. He's at the front. He's at the very, very front. He's the middle model because he is, I'm pretty sure, and I couldn't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure he is the first Moonstone model I ever painted. I did him gold for some reason. Very basic colour scheme on him as well. Added some stuff later, like the tuft of grass and things, but here's where it all started. He's the first model I ever painted, and the last one that I finished painting was her actually. She's the last one I finished painting along with the other trees. So there's the beginning and the end of my painting journey. And just to pick out some of the, I guess some of the rarer models. Yeah, my limited edition fancy hat is, like I said, probably the rarest Moonstone model there is. And then you've got things like, where are the other limited edition ones that are like less? Drunk Fritz is a bit less well known. More people have got him now, but he's slightly rarer. And then, yeah, limited edition Zoya. I think the only thing I was going to do before I take this camera off the stand and sort of pan much closer across the whole lot is think about which was my favourite. And it was really hard to think about which was my favourite model to paint. Not necessarily my favourite model, my favourite one to paint. and which was my, I don't do least favourite. My favourite model to paint out of the whole lot was Vesper. I don't really know why. I think partly because I have a real thing for bees. I really like bees, so I was pleased to paint a bee. So she's one of my favourites. One of her wings sadly fell off, and I need to touch up some paint there, and a bit of paint came off there. But she's definitely one of my favourites. One of my favourites to paint, she was, and I'm glad I put her on the little Moonstone piece of scenery rather than the flying base. And then Diana Enraged. Diana Enraged will always have a special place in my heart because I helped design her. And I really enjoyed painting her as well. Again, not a complicated colour scheme, but just the model is so good. She just looks amazing whenever, really. And of course, lastly, really the best model is me. Nice simple colour scheme with a little green hat. Managed to get the free ice cream written on it. But along with Diana Rage, I think this little dude here will be my favourite model I have ever had and ever owned, because he is me. And it's one of my proudest moments to have a model made after me. Okay, what I'll do now is I'm going to take the camera off the stand and go much slower around so you can see the models better. Like I said, most of the models, they're not going to be winning any competitions anytime soon, but I guess I wanted to show the effort that I put into painting all of these models, and it might help people come up with some different colour schemes for how to do things as well, because I've painted what I've done for, I think, all of them actually. All the ones I've got, both a limited edition and non-limited edition, is I've tried to paint them very differently, so you can see how you can paint models in different ways. So for example, like Drunk Fritz, when you go around, you'll see the difference there, and the God, why can't I remember the names today? I thought I knew all the names. Lubard, I've done him two different skin tones to really show a different way of doing it. Also, dark skin's easier to paint. But yeah, okay. Well, I'll take it off the stand now. I'll just do it while I'm taking it off the stand. Let's put the stand out the way. So let's start. We'll go from left to right. So I've got my gnomes. Let's Liv. I don't know why it's not focusing very well. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There we go, that focus is better. Liv, Mama Gimbal, Braddock, Joanna, Morris, Loki, Olim, Quarrel, Young Jack, Bjorn, and I couldn't remember, Billy, Gnomish Airship, that's a good start. Remember to multiple gnomes. I can't remember this guy's name now. I can't remember the names. My two fancy hats, Eric, Squire, I should say. Tabby. Also, Tabby's probably my favourite human model, actually. Really like her. Old Colders and Popcock at the back. Fire Flavius. Fairy Hunter. Kaufman. To my two Fritzes. I didn't realise how much bigger the Drunk Fritz actually is than the other one. It looks a lot bigger. But great models, both of them. Drunk Fritz is one of my I like Drunk Fritz as well, because I also helped design him as well. I remember, I think it was the first time Tom ever came to my house. We slightly drunkenly invented the model of Drunk Fritz together, and then he got it made. It's quite cool. Flintlock, Gotch Gut, classic one, Dim and Dimmer. I like this guy I was really pleased about, actually, because I did a really simple paint scheme with him, but I think it was actually really effective having black body for his pig, but red eyes. And you just see, the first thing you do is you see the red eyes. This is what I wanted to happen. And then I've got onto my fairies. You can see Foxglove, Freya, original Diana, just a metal one. I don't think some of these models, these ones are metal model. He's metal as well. He's metal models. And obviously there's the Vesper, Diana Enraged. The rest of the fairies, you've got a fairy here with red skin, fairy with white skin, fairy with green skin, fairy with blue skin. I always said Diana with dark skin, I don't know why, I always wanted to have dark skin. Then I've got Silver Tongue with blue skin. And then two, I guess for one better word, human skin coloured fairies there. And then onto some goblins with, oh God, what was wrong with me for names today? With Grub's evolution there. The two airships, I've got the normal version and the Christmas version with the little horns. One's a blue goblin, one's a green one, so why not? I was going to put some presents at the bottom, but I used to have some mini presents, but I couldn't find them. Goblin King, awesome model. My Doug, classic one, he's metal as well, and sadly he is the one where the lance breaks regularly, but the new model is obviously much better. And this is the limited edition Doug, actually. I forgot to point out, this is the Doug with the helmet off. He's pretty rare actually as well. Technically, I should buy another Doug with the helmet down to actually own all of them, because I don't know where his old head is. Mortician, my little dude. Vicious Sid, Tax Collector, Shabroon, classic one, JB. Beaky, Seasick, onto the pirates at the back, and the Dominion humans, onto some trolls. My big Jade, that's going to be zoom onto her. She was an interesting one to paint actually, because I never painted a large scale model like that before, that kind of scale of kind of person. I was very daunted by her. I really didn't know how to do it. And in the end, I actually really enjoyed it. I really, really like painting. I'll just take her out. You can see how I did the war paint and things. There's the point about finding that little detail to try and accent to make it draw your eyes to it. So I wanted to do her hair and her face with particular detail. You can see the skin tone is essentially just a skin tone with a wash on it, but you put some little blue lines on it and you don't notice that. So there she goes. Some more Dominion humans and onto the Les Revolt. My Jada's up there. That I basically did the Jada on that stump to try and one-up Tom, because he'd put his on a little stump, so I put mine on a bigger one. And I won, so there you go. Boris with bunnies there. Kavanagh, best gaming dude. Good friends with Daniel. Don't know why. Rest of the Les Revolt. You can see my two Lubards. I want to do different colours. It took me a while to paint the non-limited edition one, because I painted this one when I first got it, and then just never really got around to painting this one because I had one painted, so I didn't have a need to paint that one. And then the trees, the new ones, the limited edition model there, the limited edition model there. And I really dropped into my Eric actually, because I went to quite a different style of kind of multi-layering different colours on the stag to make it look almost like it would blend in with any environment it's in. Was my aim for that one. It's quite good. We finish off with Voth and Homunculus. So there you have it. I'm just going to do one more quick scan across going this way, so you can see them all. But I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see it better. There we go. No, he didn't go this way. Sorry, apologies. There we go. All the way around. Just put the two books up there for a bit of background. All the models. All the models. Now I'm just going to wait for all the shades to arrive, and I'll have more to paint, and I'll have 4 factions. I might do another video actually when I've got the shades painted as well, or do them as a separate one. But yeah, let me just, if I get how far back I can go, and you can see all of... Ooh, I don't think I can actually go far enough back to get them all in. I'm going to start getting the lights in a second. There you go. That is all the Moonstone models that have ever been made. There we go. Okay. Well, hopefully I'll be playing a game this evening, so I'll have another thing to put up soon, but... yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm very proud of myself, I have to say, for getting them all done. I also, the other thing I did actually when I started this process of doing it was I redid all the bases, because I had the coloured bases and I realised I didn't like it. So I had to redo the black around every single base and varnish them as well. So you can see them all there, all my shiny black bases. Okay, thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.